Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live. It's a Friday, October the 17th of the year 2025. I'm Mike Smith, along with Aaron Glandon. Dan Ramey on assignment. In fact, both of you guys were out last night. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in just a moment at the Fall Festival of Leaves pageant.
Yes.
And it was broadcast live successfully.
Very successful, I'd say.
And had a huge viewership.
Yes.
So we're glad to be able to do that. Hopefully we'll be able to do more things like that down the road. Our weather forecast is where we start out. It's a football Friday night, of course, in high school football around the state of Ohio. But during the daytime hours, we're looking for sunshine today and again tomorrow. Temperatures today will be in the mid-60s. Saturday, we just might get near 80. And then the rain moves in sometime on Sunday morning, and it looks like a rainy day for most of Sunday. But that would be pretty much the only rain we've had this week. So I can live with that because we still need to have rain from time to time.
Yes.
When we come back, we'll take a look at beneficial news that you can use with our news topics. And again, the Festival of Leaves out in Bainbridge is probably going to be our top story. All that coming up next on Litter Media Live. Accurate heating, cooling, and plumbing. I was just talking about this with some friends at breakfast this morning about the great job that Accurate has done for me and my family, and I'm sure probably other families and businesses around the area as well. They've been around for more than 4 decades, folks. Every year approaching that big half a century mark. On target for your needs, your trusted comfort advisors, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
We hope that you start each of your days, even before this show gets on the air, by going to your websites, whether it's on your smartphone, your tablet, your desktop, littermedia.com, where you'll find beneficial news that you can use. And that ranges from news stories in the area, sports, some of our YouTube interviews that we've done in the past, like the special edition, this program, etc. You can find it all there, and up in the top right-hand corner, you'll find the different social media sites, including Litter Media Radio, where you can find this broadcast each day. At the top of the news today was something that happened last night. Lanie Shaw, Paint Valley Jr., is the 2025 Miss Fall Festival of Leaves. Her sister actually was queen just a couple of years ago. Fellow Bearcat Emma Nisley, a senior, was selected as first attendant. Second attended, Peyton Wells, an Adina junior. Third attended is Paint Valley sophomore Faith Prohl, and fourth attended is Hannah Johnson, a Paint Valley junior. Now, a complete dossier on almost all of these kids can be found on our website story at littermedia.com. And we were talking a little bit earlier about the live broadcast, how successful it was on Litter Media Live last night. And I think the last time I checked this morning, a few hours ago, there was over 8,000 people that had viewed it.
Wow. And if you want to go back, you can see that whole thing on our Facebook or on our YouTube channel. Just if you're subscribed to us, it'll show up right in your feed. We've also taken the liberty of taking Isaac Alley's performance, because he performed a couple times throughout the night. We put that all together. That's uploading right now, so it should be live in just a few minutes.
Very good.
Yeah.
And well done last night, guys.
Thank you very much.
But, you know, I did Dan have a cowboy hat on?
He did for part of it.
Because I think I saw that much of it.
Okay.
And then when I tuned back in, I couldn't find him. He was behind a curtain or something like that. He thought he was the Wizard of Oz. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
The Pickaway County Park District now has $100,000 in park grants available for those qualifying parks within their county. Application deadline is December 12th, and you can learn more at pickawaycountyparks.org/grants.
So in other words, if you are a village within the county and you have a village park, that's what we're talking about. You might be able to qualify for some of these grants, but you got to apply first. A couple of notes we want to touch on again today that we talked about yesterday. Tomorrow is the monthly Knights of Columbus Council drive-through food distribution at St. Peter's Church. That's 10 to 11:30 a.m. at the corner of Church and Water Streets in Chillicothe. Ross County residents in need of food are invited to enter the parking lot using the Church Street entrance and exit onto Water Street. They must have issues with this, because they remind us this every month. So if you haven't figured that out yet, follow the signs and it'll tell you how to get in and out. Additionally, diapers and baby formula are available while supplies last.
And we want to remind you again, the DEA's National Drug Take-Back Day is scheduled for 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on October 25th. And you want to give these drugs back to the DEA instead of trying to flush them or throw them away yourself, because it's a lot safer this way.
Almost every county has one of these, but they hold them in different locations. Most of them are at law complexes, but whatever county you live in, call your county sheriff, or if you're in the village or municipality, contact your local police department as to where that drug take-back might be going on in your community.
Or go to DEATakeback.com for a collection site list.
Yes. Just a reminder, the Big Brothers Big Sisters Dance for Kids' Sake, that's tomorrow night. Our Dan Ramey always MCs that, along with Debbie Bettendorf, and that's always a great show. Of course, they have a winner as far as the dance event, but the big winner, the big winner each year is Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Yes.
And the money that comes in. I think they raised over $92,000 last year.
I think they're shooting for 100 this year.
$100,000 this year. It's always, I think, one of their biggest fundraisers, if not the biggest, each year. In traffic report, we're going to go down near the river, Scioto County. I was just down there last Friday night. Resurfacing project on US 52 between Carey's Run Pond Creek Road and Chillicothe Street. For those of you that didn't know, there's a Chillicothe Street in Portsmouth. There is. One lane is being maintained using barrels and flaggers, and that project goes through this fall. A ton of stuff to talk about in sports, from the high school to the baseball, football, you name it this time of year. It's getting cranked up. And the Geezer Bowl last night, two of the oldest quarterbacks in the NFL, and it really turned out to be an exciting game. All that coming up next on Litter Media Live.
But first, we want to tell you about the Skag clearance sale, which is still going on right now. The prices are so low down there, you're going to think they've lost their minds. You can choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry, because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone, and the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are or whatever you're doing. Download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
As you mentioned earlier, it's Football Friday night, and we're going to be in God's country tonight, Frankfort, Ohio. Coverage is going to begin at 6:50 p.m. for this Huntington at Adina football game. It's a battle in the SVC. Adina's trying to keep Huntington out of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You and BJ Daly have the call. If you want to listen, go to littermedia.com and find our radio player, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen right now if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, and it will take you right to Litter Media Radio.
Will you have an emotional knot in your throat when you step onto the field tonight?
Probably not.
Because Aaron played at Adina.
Played is a strong word. It's a very strong
You got in a game or two, right?
I was a special teams specialist.
Then you played.
Sure.
You played the game. Of course, when I played on that same field, it was quite a few decades before. But this is the first time that I will have broadcast a football game at that field, Bostic Field, in the new press box, which is on the opposite side of the field that it was located for 60 or so years. I think you might remember we did when they made that change more than a year ago, I did a video interview with athletic director Paul Thomas about the change. And I remember every year, the late Louise Drummond, who was the PA announcer at that time, she would always, because we would be where the home side used to be, you were always looking into the sun.
And it was miserable.
For the first half.
It was awful.
And Louise would say, why in the world did they ever lay this field out this way? And Louise passed away and they changed. So the home side is where the visitor side used to be and vice versa. So this will be my first broadcast in the new press box later tonight. A lot to talk about from the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Tournament scoreboard. Unfortunately, the season came to a close for all of our area girls high school tennis players at the state tournament yesterday. Waverly's Claire Morrison lost her first-round match 6-1, 6-2 to Chardon Notre Dame. This marks Claire's second year competing at the state level, so still a great accomplishment. Congratulations to her. In the Division II doubles, Lily Geiler and Ivy Berlin of Pepper Pike Orange beat Margot Lewis and Mackenzie Welch of Unioto in straight sets by scores of 6-1, 6-1, and again, a major accomplishment just to get there. High school volleyball tournaments last night. Unioto saw their season come to a close to FAC co-champ Miami Trace. Unioto won the first set, 25-16, but then lost the next three, 22-22 and 21. Miami Trace advances to play Sheridan, who beat Marietta in 4 sets. Last night, Bloom Carroll, an easy winner over Independence. Granville beat Hamilton Township of the NSL. Division IV winners last night. Circleville over Fairfield Union. Logan Elm beat Hillsborough. Waverly over Warren. Gallia Academy stays undefeated with a win over Vinton County. In boys soccer, D3 district quarterfinals, Gallia Academy blanked Miami Trace. Warren over Athens in overtime. Jackson shut out Circleville 4-0. This was 1-1 in regulation, but Fairfield Union on 4 penalty kicks, beat Marietta 4-2. Division IV boys soccer. Unioto clobbered New Lex 11-0. Portsmouth 2-0 over Zane Trace. Ironton 2-0 over Westfall. McLean beat Logan Elm 3-1. Alexander was a winner over Wellston. Fairland beat Waverly in overtime 4-3. South Point over Piketon 5-1. Division 5 district quarterfinal winners include South Webster, Eastern Brown, Lynchburg Clay, North Adams, and St. Joe over Clay. And in girls soccer, D1, Pickerington Central ended Lancaster's season, the Lady Gales losing 3-2. Division 2, Tays Valley Lady Vikings beat Licking Heights 4-2. Logan Blank Watkins Memorial 2-0. Division 3 girls soccer, Bloom Carroll 8-0 over Hamilton Township. And in Division 4, Johnstown beat Amanda Clear Creek 2-0. Find all of those scores as well as all of the finals from tonight's football games on our website, littermedia.com, at the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Scoreboard.
In the NFL last night, the Bengals pulled off the upset against their divisional rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Joe Flacco, he did it. Now, I didn't see this game because I was at the Fall Festival of Leaves. Were you watching?
I was flipping back and forth between this and the baseball games, and of course I was tracking down high school scores. Cincinnati was ahead 30-24. Pittsburgh scores to make it 31-30 with 2 minutes to go, and Flacco comes right down the field. I think Joe threw for over 300 and some yards. Jamar Chase, I think, had 100 and some receiving yards in the ball game, but he got him down the field, and McPherson kicked a field goal from 30-some yards away with 7 seconds to give Cincinnati the victory. So they now go to 3-4 on the season. I think that's the Steelers' second loss of the year.
There we go. In college football, OSU will be at Wisconsin tomorrow at 3:30 p.m., and OU is going to host Northern Illinois tomorrow, also at 3:30.
Now you know what's riding on that Bobcat game.
I don't.
Your undefeated record.
Oh, that's true.
At home.
Yeah.
Aaron's always there, so you got to win.
I've been at all their home games so far, and they've won them all.
If they lose, they may ban you from Peden Stadium.
They might.
Okay. Major League Baseball, the playoffs last night. The Dodgers, wow, 3-0. Their pitching is just commanding. They beat the Brewers 3-1. They have a chance to wrap up that series in a sweep tonight at Chavez Ravine. That's an 8:38 start for the National League Series. Toronto, even the American League Championship Series 2-2, beating Seattle 8-2. Game 5 in that series is tonight. That starts at 6:08 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Blue Jackets fell on the short side, losing to the Avalanche of Colorado 4-1. CBJ in action at home tomorrow night against Tampa Bay. And now, as we always do at the end of sports on a Friday, we want to present the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union. And this week's winner is Unioto girls soccer player Aiden Dannison. Aiden led her team with 15 goals this season and repeated as this year's SVC Player of the Year. She shared the honor with a girl from Westfall, but our Player of the Week is Aiden Dannison of Unioto girls soccer. And Johnny, tell them how they can nominate an Athlete of the Week.
If you have an athlete to nominate, you can email us at littermedia@gmail.com. Include some stats, include a photo with credit so we know who to give that credit to. I'm about to cough. You keep talking.
And you send that in along with, as Aaron said, a photo, and make sure you know who the photo credit who took the picture. For legal reasons, we have to always give that credit. A few stats wouldn't hurt, so that way it helps us to gauge who that deserving player may be. But please give us an amateur. Don't send us Joe Flacco.
Right.
Although he played well, we're not going to do it.
I felt a tickle in my throat there, and I knew it was coming. So.
Yeah. When you went to L.A., did you go to any of the game shows recordings?
I saw a taping of Jeopardy.
Did you really?
Yeah. That was really fun.
Was it just one episode, or do they do a bunch of feeds at the same time?
They do 5 in a day. And so they do 3 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Or maybe it's 2 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. But I went and I saw 3 episodes of Jeopardy.
And you didn't get bored sitting through any of them?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
In during the commercial breaks, they'll, re-record lines that they might have stuttered on or anything.
Mm-hmm.
and the host will come and just talk to the audience, and that was really cool. It wasn't Ken Jennings. It was
the girl
from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I didn't ever watch that show, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Who is their when I said, tell them, Johnny, who is their announcer that does all of the live commercial stuff on the show? Do you know who does that now?
I don't know.
Because Alex Trebek seemed like he had the same guy for many of the years
Johnny,
that he was there.
he was there when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Johnny isn't in the room. He's somewhere else.
Really?
I never saw him.
Okay. Well, probably in a booth or something like that. So kind of interesting. How
You know how at the beginning of the show, they pan around the audience?
Mm-hmm.
In between episodes, they had us move around, so it looked like different days.
Darn.
Yeah.
A little trickery there.
Yeah.
When we come back, we'll wrap things up with something that I remember very well. I was on my way to Athens High School when this happened in 1989. This date in history coming up next on Litter Media Live.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it. Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit DixieChopper.com.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old. Each weekend this October, Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater transforms into Haunted Mountain. Try to find your way out of the escape room. Traverse the spine-chilling scares along our haunted trail. And each night at 7:15, the Mothman Experience begins on the main stage with It Flies by Night. Or bring a lawn chair and enjoy a free showing of our scary movie series on our giant projection screen in the parking lot. See our movie schedule and secure your spot for the Mothman Experience at hauntedmountain.org through Halloween night.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com. On this date, in 1989, it was evening, I was in the car with a vehicle full of high school volleyball players. I think my wife was driving a second vehicle with said same situation. We were going to Athens High School to scout a volleyball tournament match of who Adina would be playing next. I had the radio on wanting to listen to the World Series, and the announcer says, well, the game has been postponed because of an earthquake. A magnitude 6.9 earthquake rocks Northern California during, actually it was before the game even started, Game 3 of the World Series between the San Francisco Giants and their neighbors across the bay, the Oakland Athletics at Candlestick Park. It forced postponement of the matchup for 10 days. Obviously, the concern was structural integrity of the stadium after it had been shaken up pretty badly. In fact, the fans and the players were a bit shaken up. 67 people died in that earthquake. More than 3,700 were injured, and an estimated $5 billion in property damage. There's been many big earthquakes, obviously, over the years in California, including the big 1906 San Francisco quake.
Right.
But probably happening right before the first pitch in the World Series, or right after the first pitch was made, probably added a little bit of I remember where I was when that happened.
Absolutely.
But it happened on this evening on this date in 1989. That's a wrap on today's program. Again, we'll be talking to you tonight on Litter Media Radio. The Huntington Huntsmen, they're in the 12th and final playoff berth spot in their division and region. There's tonight and next Friday to go. We kind of think that looking at the lay of the land in the statistics or the playoff rankings, they probably need to win tonight and next Friday to have a good chance of getting in, and might even need a little help. Because usually when they set that up, Joe Idle and his projections, if winning out gets you in, it says in control of their own destiny.
Right.
That's not on the Huntington line right now. So they need to win and have a little bit of help. So we'll see how that plays out tonight. Obviously, the Warriors are wanting to play spoiler because last year, were you there last year?
I was not.
It was a Thursday night game. They moved the game to Thursday when we broadcast it. Overtime, double overtime, and Huntington wins it on the last play of OT to beat them.
I was there. I remember that, yes.
Yeah. So we'll see how it fans out tonight. 6:50 airtime with yours truly and BJ Daly on Litter Media Radio. Until that time, for Dan Ramey and for Aaron Glannon, this is Mike Smith from all of us at Litter Media Live. Have a great weekend, everybody, and see you tonight at the ball game.